Hey, hey, it's Tuesday and it's early. I warned y'all that I would be having to go live early today on this awesome Tuesday in September that absolutely feels like summer. I'm going to take it. And in fact, okay, let me get to the video here so I can share it to the Bling Boutique. So, okay, share it to the group. Here we go. All right, my friends, let's talk about a Tuesday. Maybe you're catching me on your lunch hour, something like that, or you're catching me on the replay. However, you catch me, make sure that you comment and let me know that you're here and let me know you see me. Um, I was commenting that I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful September day, but it feels like summer outside, and I'm going to soak every single inch in because I love it. I'm wearing my vintage Hawaii t-shirt. Vintage, it's not really vintage. Hey Janine, yay! I'm so glad you're with me today. I wasn't sure who was all going to be able to pop on early, but I was saying I'm wearing my Hawaii shirt that I did get in Hawaii, and that was one of the last trips I was able to take with my dad. Um, and all that. So like I thought, you know what? The sun's shining. It feels like summer. I'm gonna wear my Hawaii shirt today with my awesome briar earrings, and I popped on the Sparkle Box exclusive bracelet in with some of my sandalwood pieces. You know what? I think when you wear a touch of brown with that turquoise, even though sometimes people think like the turquoise means like summer and spring and all the things, I think it brings it more into a fall vibe. So that's what I did today. Okay. Cause you know what? We're embracing it. We're absolutely embracing it. And here's Regina joining the live. Yeah. Yeah. She's out in Cali. So like, this is like everyday weather for you, isn't it? Um, Oh, and Janine, you get to go to Hawaii? Oh, yay! It is, well, we have a lot of family heritage there, so it holds a very special place in my heart. My dad grew up there. He went to elementary through high school there. And my grandfather started the Waikiki Beach ministry out there with his church. He was the founder of that, which is and they still run that. So if you are there on a Sunday in Waikiki Beach and you see somebody holding a Lutheran well, I think yeah, a Lutheran service out on the beach. My grandfather started that. Isn't that really cool? Um, so yeah, the Waikiki Beach ministry though, yeah, founded by Norman Hammer, Pastor Norman Hammer. That is my grandfather. Um, very proud of that. Okay, my friends, it is Talk About It Tuesday. Let's go see what you guys are asking about. 59 right now, last fall. Okay, 78 is the high. I love that. I love that. Okay, all right, 115 2 weeks ago. I I'm like, are my contacts reading that right? Whoa, that's a lot. Is it dry heat though? If it's dry heat, I can totally handle 115. I will take it. I love how people are commenting on the prints versus the solid colors. I'm totally typically a solid color kind of girl. Prints freak me out. Sometimes I have a hard time figuring out how to style a print. I'm constantly learning. But yeah, I love my solids for sure. Alrighty. Okay, talk about it Tuesday. Does your friends and family buy Park Lane from you? Asked Cindy. You know? I absolutely love that you asked that question because this is a reality. This is a reality check. So when I first started the business, October will mark 18 years. Okay. When I first started I'm giggling, Georgina. When I first started the business 18 years ago, the people that said yes when I reached out like, hey, can you help me out and help and just gather some people I can show them jewelry, really, that's all I asked. The people that said yes to me were all my coworkers. They weren't my close friends, they weren't my besties. Okay, They were my coworkers, my acquaintances, people that I have a relationship with, but like I wouldn't call them my best friends. And it- I'm going to call my mom out here, but that's okay. It took my mom probably a couple years before she actually hosted a party for me. Couple years. So, my best customers and my best clients are not my family and my what I would say my bestie friends. My best friend in Nashville, she does buy for me every once in a while, but it's not like she's getting things all the time. So, um, yeah, so my clients and things like that, you know, you see what I mean? Like, but that's what honestly though, you guys, this is what I love about the business is that I get to know you. I get to know so many more people just through the jewelry. I would not know Regina and Janine and all the people hopping on my lives if it wasn't for the jewelry. And I absolutely love that, my friends. Absolutely love that. Do I ever wear jewelry that isn't Park Lane? Honestly, no. I mean, I have my wedding band, but no, I really don't. It's always Park Lane because there's just something that matches whatever I'm wearing that day. And in fact, the old company I used to work with, all of that jewelry is long gone. I may have a couple sentimental rings and like one or two sentimental bracelets, but I don't even know why I'm hanging on to that because I don't wear it. So, what's my favorite piece of jewelry from Park Lane? Oh, Lisa. Lisa's asking that question. No, good. I'm glad I make you feel that way, Janine. Oh, that warms my heart. My favorite piece of jewelry from Park Lane. It all depends on the season, on the mood. I will tell you this. How about I rephrase that question? My go-to piece when I was on vacation was definitely my sandalwood, and was definitely, I actually could have worn the sunset necklace, but without the beads. I could have worn that like every single day. It went with every single outfit I was putting on. But my sandalwoods were a go-to. This ring was definitely go-to, and definitely my domino rings always. So, but those were my highest like go-to pieces when I was on vacation. So, like if you're traveling anywhere and you have to really be mindful at how much you pack, coming from the overpacker here. Such an overpacker. Grab your sandalwood bracelets because you definitely could do a spring, a light look with this. You could definitely just take the metal ones and like the gold bracelets from it. This is speaking if you're a gold lover like I am. And you can toss like a piece of bling with the gold bracelets and completely convert the arm party look to something else. So yeah, as far as bracelets go, that's what I would suggest. What's your favorite piece of Park Lane jewelry from the past that I cannot part with? Um, oof. You know what? It's got to be the rings. There was um there were two gold rings and it's if it's something I can't part with, it's typically the rings. Um there's two gold rings and there's another hematite ring that I don't think it's called Shadow. And I don't think they have it on the website anymore. Those things I can't part with, but they were limited edition rings. They were ones that we earned through like convention. One looks like a wrapped leaf. I couldn't part with that one. I can't part with the Paris ring, the silver wrap ring. Couldn't part with that one. And then there was the open ring that just came out. Gosh, was it called Fortune? I couldn't part with that one either. Like if I'm going to hang on to something, it's typically going to be the rings. And that makes sense because when you talk about your expressive zones, your earrings and your necklaces are for you guys. They're for the people that are looking at you, watching you and stuff like that. But when it comes to the rings and your bracelets, that's kind of for you because you get to see that every day, right? You get to look at that. You don't see my hands and my rings right now because I'm not talking up here, but this is for you. Does that make sense? So definitely, there's definitely rings that I cannot part with, Jessica. You asked that question. It's a great one. Um, Other than social media, do you promote your businesses in other ways, such as network marketing groups or other advertising? I haven't gotten into like Linktree or not Linktree. Sorry, Dar. What's that other one? LinkedIn. I haven't gotten into there. Uh, I have no idea how to work that. So as far as other social medias goes, my big ones that I use to promote is definitely obviously the YouTubes, the Facebook, the Instagram. I do post on TikTok, although I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I post on TikTok and then I typically get off of it. Like I can't. So yeah, I'll go in there and I'll see who's commenting and things like that. So if you're watching this and you're like, I'm primarily on TikTok, you should make sure you're following me. Because there's certain things like there's certain ways you can support the person like me without making a purchase. And ways to support me, like outside of that, is simply whenever you see me post a reel and wherever it might be, make sure you like the reel. Like that makes a huge difference. It really does. Or if you hit the share button to that reel, you can share it. It doesn't have to be on a public post. You can share it to somebody on Messenger. You can share it to somebody in their DMs on Instagram. You can share it to your personal story as well, especially from Instagram. If you hit that little share button on Instagram, it'll ask you where you want to put it. Do you want to put it in your stories? Do you want to put it on your feed or any of that stuff? That's a really awesome way to help support. Or if you're on the YouTube and you see one of my shorts, that's usually the reel that goes on to all the platforms, hit the like button wherever you see it, because that simple hitting the like button actually helps the algorithm, helps the social media people know, and the bots know that, oh, people want to see her stuff, they're liking it, they're sharing it, they're saving it, and all of that. And that's another way too, like, so if I show you how to do a hack, like the necklace hack or something like that on a reel, hit the save button and that saves it to like a private area of yours, and nobody knows that you saved it, but the algorithm knows you saved it, and that is super helpful. So yeah, but other than that, the other way I promote my business is through you guys, obviously. Um, Anytime you wear your jewelry, you should, and if somebody compliments you, you should immediately share my information with them. And how you can do that is, I believe I'm not going to look at it right now since I'm looking at your questions. I believe share to the featured section of the Bling Boutique. There should be, and if there's not, I need to add it. Should be a picture of me with a QR code, and that QR code is my link tree. And what Linktree is, I guess it's another social platform, but what Linktree is basically one website that houses all the ways that you can connect with me. So this is a really good tip if you want to, if you want to feel so inspired to share me with somebody else. Um and maybe they're not on the Facebook, and that's okay. Maybe they're not on any social media whatsoever, but they would love the jewelry. Um you can share my link tree, because on there they're going to see whatever open shopping link I have. They're going to see like, I think I have a video to the Woodlands collection on there from the YouTube from Park Lane, and I have how to subscribe to Sparklebox. I have a link for that, a link for Sparklebox, link for my Facebook page, link for my Bling Boutique, a link to my Instagram, a link to my TikTok. Like, basically, it houses all the ways that somebody could see me, support me, look at what I have to offer, and so on. So if you ever come into that situation where somebody's like, I love your bracelets, my friend, I love your bracelets, where did you get them? That picture with the QR code and my face to my link tree is one that, if I could ask you, you could save on your device, maybe under wherever you save your photos, and you could like favorite it so like it's easy to find, and you can say, hey, let me text you her info. That is a fantastic way. Or in the description of this video, there is a link to a link tree. You can just copy it and paste it into your notes section or somewhere. Or if you have me in as your contacts on your phone, which yay if you do, in your notes section, put that web address, because that web address is always going to be valid. It's always going to have ways to connect with me. That was a really long kind of answer for Miss Jan. Was your Dublin trip all expenses paid? Okay. Fantastic question. All right. So virtually, I want to say 80% of it was paid for. Okay. So our plane tickets were paid for, our hotel was paid for, all of those things were paid for. In some companies, they are able to earn trips, but then yet they still have to find their transportation on how to get there. Um, so that's always a little fishy to me. Like, oh, you earn this trip, but yet you have to buy your own airfare? Like what? So that's not the case with Park Lane. They always take care of your airfare. They always take care of your hotels. They always take care of breakfast for you every single morning, which I love because honestly, when Craig and I go on vacation, typically we eat breakfast and we eat dinner. And if we happen to find a snack in between there, whatever, we do that. But on our own. But breakfast is always included. They always, have like an area for us to go have the typical kind of buffet, except they always have omelets being made there. They always have like, whatever tradition it is for that, wherever we might be, they have that there. So yeah, which is so incredibly nice. I think in Paris, they had somebody making omelets for us every single morning if we wanted them. So that was really cool. And same with Dublin. There was always somebody making omelets off to the corner in the corner. And then dinners were provided every night except for one. Okay. So everything outside of that you wanted to do was basically on your own. So if we wanted to go to St. Patrick's Cathedral, which we did, we paid for our own tickets to get in. If we wanted to do some excursion, we usually pay for our own ticket to get in. But every trip is different from the next. So Park Lane with Dublin, they booked out the Guinness storefront for us, storehouse. They booked it out. Okay. That's a huge deal in itself. like, like the night we were going to the Guinness place, they paid for that. We all got bussed over there. And the lady said to us that was leading us there, she was giving us a little 411 on the drive. And she goes, I don't know who you guys are, but nobody ever books out the entire Guinness place. They kicked the public out for us. They booked it out for us to do. So we got in there, and I don't know who's all been to the Guinness storehouse. I don't know who's all been there before, but you get in there and there's like a walkable tour that is so cool. So incredibly cool. And then you tour around and you learn how they make Guinness, which is really cool. You can go it as fast or as slow as you want. And then we worked our way up to where dinner was. You could learn how to pour your own Guinness. And like all drinks were paid for, open bar, whatever you want, that was all paid for. And then they ushered us into where we had dinner and stuff. And when we did get in there, we could shop the gift shop. That is one thing about Guinness that I didn't know, was that, so they closed the whole place out for the public, but the only way you can shop the gift shop in Guinness is to buy a ticket to the tour. Okay. So Craig and I get in there with everybody else, and we're kind of herded to go into the tour place, but I'm like, we walked right into the gift shop, and of course I wanted to shop for gifts in the Guinness. And I'm like, "Ooh, Craig, we should go look." He's like, "Oh, we can do it later. We'll go down here after the festivities are done, and we'll get our shopping done." I'm like, "Okay, fine." Well, by the time we were done with all the Park Lane things and we did shut it down, there was nobody working the gift shop store. So I said to our main person who was managing everything that we were doing, that native to Dublin or part of the tour guide area, I said, I really wanted to shop the gift shop and now it's closed. I go, is there any way I could come tomorrow and get into the gift shop? And he goes, oh, yeah, you need tickets to the tour in order to even go into the gift shop at Guinness. And you can't just like walk in from the streets and shop the Guinness. So I'm like, oh, darn it. He's like, we'll get you tickets. No problem. He goes, you just tell me what time you want to go. So we got back to the hotel and I texted our tour people. I said, hey, we want to be there like between 9:30 and 10:30. I had a QR code for a ticket to Guinness within 5 minutes. So that's how much we take care of us. Like, he didn't want me buying a ticket to Guinness just to go into the gift shop because I had already done the tour and so they paid for it. So, like, there's like, oh yeah, Seisha, we got you. No problem. Here's your ticket to the Guinness so you can head back over. So that was super cool. But yeah, so 80% of it's paid for. You know, when we do beach vacations, the most we do outside of the dinners and the breakfasts and things like that is we maybe go on one of those no, that's not what it's called. I'm blanking what it's called. But one of those all day kind of trips where you can see the sunsets, you can go snorkeling, you can go all the things. We always do one of those at some point. So yeah, that was a long story. Sorry, guys. Do they have a set number of people who can go? No. Janine, they do not have a set number of people. Excursion. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. They don't have a set number of people. They don't put a cap on it. No, not at all. Absolutely not. Why would they? Because people that are earning the trip are excelling in their business. They're helping Park Lane grow as a company. You know, because we do have a sales requirement and we have a recruiting requirement to earn the trips. So there's no way they would put a cap on it, which is super exciting too. So, yeah. Oh, it was so fun. It was so incredibly fun. I think I answered all the questions. Yeah. And like when we were in Aruba, I'm going to say this one more time about the all expense. When we were in Aruba, one of the things Park Lane did for us was an all day trip to one of the private islands. And so we went to that we got on a little boat and we went over to the private island and they booked out half of the private island for the Park Lane people. And all the drinks were paid for. All the food was paid for that we wanted. All of that was all taken care of. And in fact, I was walking around with Craig and Arthur, one of the CEOs, says, oh, you're adventurous people. Do you want to go do what's it called? A sea something. It's like snorkeling and scuba diving, but neither of those, where you put this giant helmet on. The name's gonna come to me. And you like slowly walk down into the depths of the ocean. And this thing like holds you down on the ocean floor. And then you get to explore the ocean floor. He goes, we have extra tickets. You guys want to join us? I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So we got to do that with the family. But Arthur like paid for it for Craig and I. He's like, I got you. You want to do that with us? Absolutely. This is fantastic. So it's just, I love this company. I love the family. And we are truly family, you guys. We are so family. It's nothing compared to anything I've ever been a part of. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about a Tuesday. I have blabbed enough. Thanks for watching on this Tuesday in the middle of the day. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the link is going to close. If anybody loves anything from the Imagination Collection, you guys, you better get it now because it's all limited edition. If you've been eyeing up anything, my friends, Wednesdays are the day where we see stocks and supplies go really low because everybody's putting in their orders. Okay. So if you've been eyeing up anything, the link in the description is the one to shop. If you're interested, obviously you guys, you know, there's no pressure ever to shop if you're not interested. And it's totally fine. I appreciate you being here and showing me your love. But that link's going to close tomorrow and my live tomorrow is going to be in the afternoon. That's all I can say. Cause it's going to be kind of in between some things. So, all right, friends. Thanks for hanging out with me on this crazy week of different schedules and have a great rest of your day. See you later.